Tropes and especially character archetypes have existed in storytelling for hundreds and hundreds of years because certain ideas and certain types of characters become popular, and you gotta kind of rinse, repeat, copy, and paste if you want to get any kind of notoriety and popularity with your story. And I don't think there's anything inherently good or bad about character archetypes. I think that's something you can decide for yourself. But what I want to do is actually talk about some character archetypes that I've kind of invented or noticed on my own since I've read so many stories from so many different time periods and different languages from all over the world and different mediums. And one of them is a person who gets the story rolling after the story has stagnated, or I believe it will stagnate. And another one is a character that's not in the story very long, but I'd argue that they have a strong impact on the latter half of the series. A trickle down effect that permeates into all corners of the story, and they have lasting appeal and lasting impact. So even though they weren't there that long, what they did in that moment, it was so important that they're hard to forget. I would argue an example of this is Mello from Death Note. I thought the story was kind of stagnating or going to stagnate because Light just kind of had the whole team going in circles and not doing anything, and Mello kind of just comes, takes his sister, and gets the ball rolling. And the things that he does has an impact on Nier because him and Nier have always been rivals. So it's a bit of a softer, smaller example, but I thought I'd give you an idea of what I mean. But I'm going to talk about why I think Saha and Yaksha are really great examples of characters who may have not been in the story for so long, but are so vital, so important, and left such a lasting impression on readers and some of the characters in the story that it's almost like they never truly left us.
ボーイフードで育った making noise 四六時中かかってこい It don't matter though Young nigga from Canada Brought from that bullshit and go like a matador 行けたら行くわ毎日俺のゴールへ書き出す These will come, and just to clarify, this is not a character analysis video. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, check the description, and let's hop into this video. So, Saha is quite impressive as the Chancellor of Eloth University, the Priest of Light. He is the Eloth Magicians Guild branch president, presiding judge of magic as well, and he is a quarter. And what I truly appreciated about Saha, and I'm sure a lot of other readers did, is that he kind of just came out of nowhere, though we've known about him. And he just applied this different level of pressure to Asha that I just didn't see anyone else doing. He pretty much boxed her into a corner. He showcased his intelligence, his magic proficiency, a plethora and multitude of things that he was capable of that boxed everybody into a corner because we knew there was something going on with Asha. Asha was a character of interest the whole time, and she was kind of hard to get a read on. And depending on who you are, you might have known, you might have gone back and forth, it might have completely blindsided you. But a lot of other magicians, especially the ones who knew silent magic, were like, she's still useful in this war, useful in this moment, so we're not going to do what we're going to do. Saha comes, completely boxes her into a corner, forces her to start making these decisions. We get the true reveal of what she's doing and why she's doing it in the trial. Like, to me, this is when, like, Kubera starts to truly hit its stride, and like, I've done all the setup, all the pillars are in place, the foundation is built, it's time to go, 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 go. And this is the moment where it's happening. I think Saha is a big reason of why that happens. Now, in addition to that, because Lorraine is a person with a close relationship to Asha and is pretty proud of her and taught her certain things, and Saha and her were engaged, because of her stupidity and getting Saha killed in the fashion that he did, it's left a lasting impact on her, and she realizes that she's put her trust and faith in the wrong person. I don't like Lorraine. Lorraine's a bozo. I'm not about to feel bad for her, but the point is still the point, and what happened still happened. Reality still reality. Reality still reality, and this is a webtoon. Sorry. But all that being said, end of the day, Lorraine feels bad for this and wants to get back at Asha for what happened to Saha. And then we got to see some of the backstories about their kind of love situation and how much my guy cared about her and how she kept kind of blowing him off and everything, which leaves a kind of like sinking feeling on the reader's heart, so to speak. So Saha is tremendously important as a result of this. And despite him not being around, the fact that Asha had to do what she had to do, and she lost. If you really think about it, I'm not entirely sure what she's trying to do now, but she lost. The divination or oracle that she got from Vishnu and him being her like and her being his like chosen one or whatever. Lorraine was supposed to die, and she didn't. And as a result of this, you could say that Saha boxing her into that corner and making everybody aware of what's going on could have been the defining factor of what lets her be defeated in that moment, even though she's not done, and what she wants to do in the third season or beyond remains to be seen. But I truly think that anytime I think about a lot of the current events and later events happening, I can't remove Saha because I'm like, the pressure that you applied allowed this to happen. I still think we're going to get more of him and see how much impact that his death is having on Elaine and maybe the area in which he used to govern. Let me go if we ever have to kind of go back there or visit in any meaningful capacity or through the past and maybe see his come up. I think we'll get more, but you have to remember also that his soul has been reincarnated into one of Ran and Rana's kid, and we haven't seen what impact and what importance that and relevance that has yet. So in a way, he is still with us. So please keep that in mind. And I'm going to now move on to King Yaksha. Things with Yaksha are a little interesting because by the time the narrative begins, Yaksha is already long gone. So the way that we actually explore some of the stuff with Yaksha in real time is by displacing the current time characters, putting them in the past, and actually having them being evolved in their own history, so to speak. And Yaksha is a character that immediately grabs the reader's attention and their hearts because he's one of the few Sura you ever meet that are truly just comes across as a nice dude, a good guy that just cares about life, people in general, the world, and is not completely self-centered in the sense that everything is about him and about his clan and everything. He's such a nice and cool dude, and it's hard. I really think he's hard to like. If there's someone who dislikes Yaksha, whether or not you think he's a bad character, I would be interested in knowing why, because I don't think that she did a bad job in any respect in making him immediately likable. This is the character that has a tremendous impact on the one character that we like a lot called Ran Sarafi. Ran being a quarter from this clan, and this is the first king of that clan. We know that Hanuman, I think, becomes one of the subsequent kings after the fact, and that's supposed to be his grandmother. So we get to kind of see them both in tandem here, and it's almost like he's getting to engage with his um, ancestors. I almost said descendants, with his ancestors, which is really dope. Which he trains with the Yaksha. The Yaksha instills a lot of good values and things into him, which is really, really awesome and amazing. And Ran carries that with him as he goes, because the cool thing about the lasting impact that I think Yaksha has is you get to see it through Ran, through his powers, because he has Yaksha's heart. So you get to see it through the surification abilities that he has. Plus, he's part of that clan, the relation to Hanuman, because Hanuman was alive and was not the king before and is the king now and had to take on the actor's responsibilities. With Tatia also saying that Randall, you don't even realize that part of the reason that I have reverence for you is because whatever happened with you and our king, it gave him hope and it made him a more positive being and more like himself, even in his final days, even though he didn't make it, even though that he was killed, he was like in much greater spirits, and because of that I'll always have a tremendous amount of reverence and respect for you, and you can't knock that. That's something that will permeate into the clan, and you never know if Rand has to ever take some kind of weird leadership role in the Yaksha clan. This is something that he could always lean on, that Yaksha himself really liked Rand as a descendant and really messed with him and let him keep his heart. And then we get to see him eat Ashura. You got to see his full form and everything, which is really cool. We got to see his Surah form to some degree. And I think that in this latest chapter that came out as of this video, Abyss 21, when Ran is being taken over by the Ashes of the Beginnings, the Vigor Boys, the Essence of Victory, whatever it is we're calling this power set that's inside of him, known as Vigor, we see that when he is truly lost and he doesn't know what to do, you would think maybe like before, Rana maybe would save him, or maybe his brother or something. It's Yaksha. Yaksha's the one that's like, you lost again? and and only people who have walked on the righteous path have the ability to like struggle with something like this or have this kind of power. And then you get to with Rand every step of the way with everything that he's doing, you just get to see Yaksha be there, and Yaksha is still within him. So I hope that I did a good job explaining that. So long story short, Saha's lasting appeal is going to be through kind of Asha, Lorraine, and that whole situation. Asha's not a small problem. Asha's a humongous problem that is still lurking in the Kubera universe. So how we solve that remains to be seen. On top of the fact that I think he came in like a wrecking ball, like a raging inferno, and just put pressure on her. Had everybody knowing the truth about what kind of person Asha was and the Kuberas that she was killing and the power she was trying to amass, and him and Lorraine being engaged, her getting him killed, her feeling bad about it. He just has lasting impact here. And then with Yaksha, you get it through some of the clansmen that are still alive, and you definitely get it through Rand. And I do think we'll continue to get more of this as the narrative continues. I'm trying to gauge interest for videos that are like this, kind of more analytical Kubera videos where I kind of have panels like that. So I got to see what the numbers do, because the incentive for me to do more is if this video does numbers. So definitely share this if you like the video. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to be out. You guys have yourselves a mighty fine day. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Shout out to my certified BAM lovers. I appreciate y'all. Gotta show love to the priests of fire. You already know what's brilliant, gang, over here. But I gotta give a huge thanks to my tier 3 subscribers, the fifth Zen gods. Shout out to Zodiac, Sunny Katapali, Simi, Scobe, Revenant, Lucky Roo, Lazy Dragon, Chris, Johnny Rogers, Irene Sharda, Triss, David Langstaff, Childish Nujabes, AJ, and my boy Big Abdel. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.